Hey, everybody. I know everybody has that one picture that you want to be perfect. Today, I'm going to do that picture, so you guys wish me luck. The picture that I'm going to do is a picture we inherited 2 years ago when my husband's mother passed away. And this is her mother and father's wedding back from 1931. I absolutely love this picture. Look at the background, the church they got married at. Her dress is just gorgeous. And I do have two copies of this picture. These are the original pictures. This is not something that I made. I also have her in her wedding dress. I mean, that's a beautiful picture. My gosh. And I have their invitation. They got married at 7:30 on in 1931 on November the 7th. And the cool thing about 7:30 is me and my husband got married at 7:30, and I didn't realize until I saw this that they got married at 7:30 as well. And it says that when you get married, if the clock hand is going up, then your marriage will be uphill, and if it's going down, then your marriage will go downhill. I don't know, but I thought it was cool that we both got married at 7:30. So let's do this page. I had been waiting to find the perfect paper. You guys understand that. So I recently got this 49 and Market One Perfect Day paper in. I got two kits. I am absolutely in love with this kit. The back of this page looks like this. This will be a 2-page layout, and I am not going to add a lot of different paper. It's going to be this paper, and I did get the solid pack from them as well. And this is going to be what I do the mats in. So I'm going to start there by doing my mats first, and there's a lot of times I will just go ahead and just measure and put it on there and just guesstimate. This one I'm going to measure. So this one is about 5 1/4 by 6, maybe 6 1/2. So 5 1/4 by 6 1/2. So let me get how much border do I want? So 5 1/4. I think a half is going to be too much. So maybe we'll do it just another 1/4 inch on each side. Let's do this because I can take some off if I need to. And yeah, that looks good. Okay. And then this way, it's going to be, what did I say this one was? 6 1/2. So I'm going to do this one at 7. That gives me about a 1/4 inch all the way around if I did my mouth right. Perfect. Okay. So I'm going to use this one then. I'm not sure it's big enough for this. It's not. So I'm going to do this one in it. And I have a plan for the extra pictures, and I'll show you what I'm going to do with that here in a little bit. So this picture is, let's say 2 3/4. So 2 3/4. That's 2 3 1/4. Yep, that looks good. And then the length of this picture is 4 1/2. It's about 4 1/2, so I'm going to say 5. Okay. I almost put the cutter up knowing I got one more to do. That's perfect. Perfect. All right, so I did leave another sheet out. And what I'll do with the scraps of this is I have an envelope that I have everything in there, and I'll keep these scraps all together in that same kit so I can use it. So this picture is, let's see, 8 1/2 by, say, 6 1/2. So we'll do 9 by 7. Let's see if that's right. Yep, that looks good. All right, do a 7 now. Okay. So there's my mats. I am so excited and nervous about doing this page, but I love this picture. But it's kind of one of those things that's going to be better if it's scrapbooked and not in a box or an album somewhere, because nobody's going to know who all these people are that's in here. And I have that document, so let me show you. All right, so there's one. And see, it's her handwriting on the back. My wedding picture, November 7th, 1931. But it's also on the back of another picture that I'm saving. So, and this one I might be able to cut down just a little bit more, but I'm going to leave it like that because I can take some more off of it in a little bit. And these two were married. They were together. I know when my husband and I got married 44 years ago, they both passed since then. But when we got married, we went to their 50th wedding anniversary. So I don't remember the dates of when they both passed away, but I know he passed away before she did. I'm not sure that looks like it's in the middle. That's why I like using this tape here, because it is repositional to a certain point until you press it down. There we go. And because this opens up, but there's nothing on the inside of this, see, it's just I imagine it had a note or something in there. I am just going to put a couple of pieces there just to keep that. All right. Now let me grab my paper over here. This is one of them. And this one I am going to put like right here. Then I have some flower embellishments and stuff I'm going to put on here. So I'm going to put this piece on first. I love the textured look on this paper. The 49 and Market, their paper is such good quality. They're one of my favorite paper lines. I don't get a whole lot of them, but when I do want to splurge on paper, they're definitely one of them that I will splurge on. This is one of the mechanical pencils that I put a needle in. Such a good idea. That way I can have as many as I want. There. I can. Okay. All right. We're going to go for it. Right, wrong, or indifferent. All right. And now this one, I'm going to put this one here. And then I'm going to put this one up here just a little bit. Look how perfect that is. All right. Let's do it. I love the flowers and the stripe look together. And there were so many different options I could have used to do these two pictures. But I decided this one looked best because when I choose my paper, one of the things I do try to do is I look to see what's going to bring out the person, not bring out the background, which, to me is important, even though the background on these pictures are beautiful. But I'd love to take a trip and actually see the building if it's still standing where they got married at. That would be, don't, excuse me. Trying to throw her on the floor. Okay, I'm going to put that about right there. I'm going to start, since I have this one here, I'll go ahead and embellish it first. I bought this little container. I think I bought it at Hobby Lobby. It was on sale. And it holds a lot of my small stuff as I'm working on things. So I don't lose them, because I'm pretty good about doing that. I did cut these hearts out on my Cricut. These are some letters that actually came with this this kit. Some of the things that came with it. Let me show you some of the things, because I did buy the accessories that went, some of the accessories that I knew I'd use in this one, but it came with all these phrases for that's good for titles and stuff, and different little hearts which I have separated from the hearts, and the little dots which we might use some, and then some of the larger things that are great for titles. And then I made the title for my for the first page, the main page. I made a title for that. But this one, and look at these flowers. These flowers are gorgeous. I just got to figure out which one I want to use. These two already came out, so that's why I kind of had them. But I'm looking at, this one's a nice size one. So I'm going to take this one out. I'm going to find a better way to store these. I love organizing. I love containers. So I will show you guys next week, hopefully, what I came up with to store all these delicate little flowers and stuff. Look how pretty that is. It's kind of one of those things. I hope I do you justice, because you're just absolutely beautiful. So if we put that here, and what I'm going to do is I am going to put that up on some tape so it'll be up. So let me grab some. Let's do that. I love these this cuts, these flowers and the details in it. I've been wanting to do this one for my husband and kids now for a while. But it's one of those things. I have the paper and I love it. And what if I mess it up? I want to save it for the perfect picture. Or do you guys do that? Or the one that I don't want to mess up the picture. I want to make sure I have the perfect paper. So you just don't end up getting them done. Trust me, just do them. Just jump in and do it. Oh, look, I think I will do that. Look, with the flower just coming up on the top like that. That does look cute. And I do have some stickles and stuff that I'm planning on using. But to bring a little of that pink out, I think I'm going to bring this little heart over here. I do have another. I did cut 4 of them just to see if I wanted to add more. I don't want it to look like a butterfly, though. But we could put 2 hearts together. Do I like that? I think I kind of do, but then I think maybe not. Maybe if I put it down here. I think I'm going to live with it like that for a few minutes and see if I like it. I can change it around, but you know what? It still just makes it look like a butterfly. So I think I'm going to use just one of them. I'm going to put it down. Just going to make that decision because I got grandbabies coming over in a little bit, so I need to make sure I'm done recording and stuff with this. Oh, I got a little bit of that sticky tape showing a little bit, so I'm going to cut a little bit of that off. Okay. Now, the letters that I chose to put on here, or the words rather, is, isn't she lovely? I just got to figure out what I want to put right now. Oh, don't start singing. I think if I put that on some decorative tape, 2 of these up on decorative tape on the ends right here, and I think that's gonna look really good. I like it. I'm just gonna do it. I have some thinner tape up here. This is what I'm gonna use for this. So I'm gonna put this one here. I gotta go in the other room and get my scissors that, the adhesive doesn't stick to it. This one I'm going to use just flat tape on because I don't need it to be, I don't want it to be up necessarily. Just want this one to be flat because I don't want it poking up too high. So this is just some of that thin double tape. Okay, come on. There it goes. Let's try and pull the whole thing back up again. All right, isn't she now lovely? I'm going to put just down on this end, but I'm going to use the raised tape. Look how adorable that is. Oh my gosh. Now, let me see what else I have. I have 2 packages of these photos, and I could just put a small thing right there. I could bring more of this, like this pink one, this one. Add a little bit of that pink up there. And let's get some of this green. I don't think it really matters which one. Yeah, something like that. And I do have the extra heart. Do I want to put it up there? I do think I like that. Maybe under the leaves a little bit. Yes, yes, yes. I like it a lot. So I have my youngest son's 3 girls for spring break. And then I am going to take them down and get their ears pierced because they haven't. 2 of them had their ears pierced a long time ago, but they've since grown up and they quit wearing earrings. So I want to get them done again. But my youngest granddaughter called me and she goes, "Grandma, I want my ears pierced." And I said, "Okay, that sounds like fun." She goes, "But I want to do it with you." So I'm like, "Yay me!" But then I told her she had to ask her mom. And she goes, "Okay, it's a go." I said, "You have to ask Dad too." And so she did. Of course, I went back and asked them again just to make sure. So make sure they remembered I was going to do it on spring break. So I'm going to go down and do that. That's going to be fun. That is beautiful. Look at this. Now, before I put stickles and stuff on it, I'm going to go ahead and finish up this other page here. This is going to be my front page. It is going to be on the right-hand side, though, but it is going to be my main page. What have we got on me? Okay, so what I'm going to do with this one is, again, I want to choose which, I have this one that I could use, but I'm going to see what I have. since this is my primary page. See how all these things just come off? So I'm gonna definitely have to figure out a way to store these better because I don't want them getting bent or messed up. They're delicate. Me, not always so much. Me, not so much. Let's see, I definitely don't think I like that. So I'll put that over there and I'll put that up later. I did like the other one that had a little bit more pink in it. Oh, look here. I like this one. Let me be ever so gingerly get this out. Uh-oh. Well, I messed up a leaf. Oh, well, if that's the only thing I mess up today, it's not bad. All right, I'll put this over here. That's cute. Isn't that pretty? And I have a heart over here again. Not sure if it needs it on that side. There's just another flower I could put. All right. I like this. I'm just going to put this one down. I'm only going to put it down for now with some of this double sticky tape. Then later on, I'll come back and I'll glue the leaves and stuff down after I know that's for sure where I want to put everything. Okay. Now at the top, I am going to, oh, here I'm going to put this one here too. It's going to say happiness. Just got to figure out where I want it. I like it there, so let's put it there. I usually try to be one of those, make a decision, because if I find myself second guessing myself, not sure about myself, not sure what I want to do, I put it away and come back to it a different day because my goal is to get as many layouts done as I can. Oops, I got to cut that bottom off, so I got to make sure I don't have that on that bottom part. Because I was going to put it down further, but I can't. Well, let me cut the bottom of that off, and then I'll figure out where I'm going to put it. That's going to be easier. This is going to have to move up a little bit too, because it's going to cut the end of it off. Glad I noticed that now instead of when I tried to put it away and it's bending. There we go. Okay. All right, now let's put it back on there. And see, I'm okay with it being on the picture a little bit because it's not covering anything up. And then I have the, did it fall? No. What happened to my word? I know it's got to be right here in front of me somewhere, but where is a good question? Oh no, this is not okay. Not that I couldn't find something else. Bummer. Well, bummer. All right, let me put the front letters on. Oh, there it is on the back of my paper. I found it. Yay. Good thing it wasn't something dangerous. All right, now I'm going to put this. Right there, I think. All right, now the title. The title is going to be, I cut this out of my Cricut. I will link out everything down below, the paper and the Cricut and everything else. And what I'm thinking is having a heart here. I think I want it that way. It's going to be love. It's going to figure out how it's going to fit on here. So love. I'll have another. What happened to my other letters? Oh, I found you. I found you. Love, lace, and legacy. Isn't that a cool title? I just got to make sure I get it arranged where everything's going to fit on there right. And look good, and look good, and look good, and look good. I'm not sure about the heart, but we'll leave it there and find out. We got love, lace, and legacy. Actually, I think it's going to be better if I switch these and have the legacy on top, the lace, then the love. Because I think it'll just fit a little better like that. Now let's put this heart. I think something like that. And then I've got some more embellishments and stuff I'm going to put on, but I'm going to glue those down. Going to glue them down, make a decision. We have love. I'm dropping stuff on the floor. I think there's a black hole under my chair because I drop things and it is never to be found again. I'm just, at least until when I don't need it anymore, then it'll show up. I did a ladybug page and lost the ladybug, had to recut it. Could not find that thing anywhere. I start cleaning up and putting things away, and I got everything, cleaned up and everything. And then it's right there on the floor, right there in front. But it wasn't there earlier. No, it wasn't there. Love, Lace, and Legacy. There's my title. All right, so now I got some more embellishments I want to put on. Where is my... I want to find a small flower. Look, even the back packaging has got some things on there. I mean, look how cool that is. All right, let me look at this and let me see if I can find maybe a flowers or something I want to put up at the top. This little rose is cute. I'm not sure that looks that good there. I wonder if a white rose would look better, or one that's got more white in it. Hey, Miss Trixie, my little puppy. It's like sometimes I think she knows when babies are going to be over here because that's when she starts to wake up. And let's see, we want some leaves. Not something too big. Let's just put one leaf in there. Something like that. I'll pull a couple of these little white ones like this off. Want your blanket back on? There you go. Well, that looks cute like that, doesn't it? I wonder, is there more of these? Oh, there is more of these. Not the same thing, that's something I like about these laser cuts like this, because they are so different. That does look cute. Now I need one more. Here's one here. Easy. Okay. Like that. I don't know, it may be a little bit hard to see it now, but I'll show you. I'll get some close up for you in just a few minutes. I'm going to turn this around so I can put these down better. 1, 2, 3. There we are. Get you here. God, this is beautiful paper. All right. Let's give one to you. I have a lot of pictures of these two as well that when they were dating, baby picture. I have a baby picture of him, baby pictures of her. Like, oh my gosh, so many adorable heritage photos to do. That looks really cute. Can you guys see that? This looks a lot pinker on this camera than it does, but that's okay. We're gonna do some more. So I have stickles, and I also have these liquid pearls. The other thing I have is some of these pearls. And this was the type of woman and the type of time that I think they would have pearls and stuff. She was a seamstress, so she would make some clothes, and I'm not sure how these things are on here. I think they're all connected. Oh, let me just glue that down before it gets torn up. Okay. I'll put the pearls on in the end. You guys don't need to see me doing that. And I am going to, I wonder, this or the other one. What did I do with the other one? We may be using this by default just because I'm not sure where I laid the other one down. Oh, there it is. I think so. I'm usually a fairly clean person, try to keep things in order, but then I start throwing things around when I'm doing a scrapbook page, especially when I'm excited about it. So I'm just going to put just a little bit of shine on some of these little things. And I do want to show you the pocket that I'm going to be putting on the back for the extra photos and stuff. So I'll do that in just a second so you can see. I am just going to put glitter around this stuff just to make this look a little better instead of just plain pink cardstock. And then I'm going to just touch up these flowers a little bit, add a little extra pizzazz to these flowers. I'm not going to put it on the leaves. I'm just going to put it on the flowers itself. Okay. So I think that's going to be my front page, except I am going to be putting on some pearls. I'll have pictures at the end, but I do want to show you what I'm going to do with this pocket. So I have extra photos. I have this photo here, which if somebody wants a copy of this photo, then they can do it without having to take the whole page out. But then I also have this photo. And this is just a smaller version, but on the back it had all the names of the people that are in this picture. So I put this on here along with this so that it's available. I made this pocket, which I'm going to cut down to put on here. So that's, so I'm just going to cut this down a little bit and I'll show you what that's going to look like. I do this a lot of times on a smaller scale for the for my journaling a lot, because I don't always like putting it on the front of my pages for some reason. To me, it just takes away from my pages, so I don't always. I don't always put it on the front, so I find myself a lot of times I will either put it on the back in a pocket, or tuck it behind a picture or something. Just make the picture like in a pocket, and I'll put something in there so that it's available without being, too much. There we go. Now what I'm going to do is I want to turn this over, but I make sure it's on, have the front up. So I'm going to turn that over, and then I'm going to pull this down. Let me turn this around so I can see what I'm doing. And I'm going to pull this down and just tape this onto the back of this page. And that way, when I get ready to do this, I put this picture in here. And then I slide this picture here behind here. And you can see the top picture a little bit, but I can also cut some of this down just a little bit because I don't necessarily want this to stick up. I don't mind it sticking up a little bit, but I don't want it sticking up too much. And then that way, these pictures are in here. And then the other one is right here. And I will glue this thing down here a little bit more, and I'll put little tags on this so that it's easily pulled up so you know it's there. And then I'm going to finish up this page here. So I'm just going to do, like I said, the same thing. I'm putting just some of this glitter on here, and I'll have to set it aside and let it dry. And then this page is going to be done, and I am going to be so glad it's done. Can't wait to show my husband, and hopefully, hopefully he likes it. And there's stuff on the floor again. So I'm going to put some pearls on this. I'll have pictures available. So if you guys have any questions, you know what to do. Bye.